Today we will be discussing about inventory management. This is a very important function for any company to survive, flourish and all that. And there operation management plays a very vital role. I'll request you to understand this matter and go deep into the subject. I'll tell you a story. Actually, it's a fact. You know, I live in Salt Lake area of Calcutta. Near our home, almost equidistant or so, there are 3 medical stores. 2 are run by retired government officers. One is run by a central government officer. He was a senior officer of PWD. His name is Delhi Medical Store. And there is another medical store run by a senior West Bengal cadre officer who worked in cooperative department. Immediately after retirement, he started a medical store as his retirement engagement and making some money out of it. It was called Bengal Medical Store. And there was another medical store run by 2 brothers, young brothers. They were vagabond type of person. That means they tried all sorts of jobs. They couldn't get anything. They are BBA pass. And normally BBA students get job. I don't know they passed from which university or college, but they couldn't find job. Then together they started one medical store. It was called Salt Lake Medical Store. It was done in the garage of their house. Now, after 2 years, this Delhi Medical Store was closed. And after 2.5 years, the Bengal Medical Store was also closed. And the Salt Lake Medical Store, which was owned by 2 brothers, they opened another 3 medical stores. They were very successful. Because I teach operations management and I have lot of interest in these things. So I thought, let me study why it had happened, and I'll write a case study about it and publish in some journal. So I talked to their owner, then the people who were working there and the people who used to go there. I found a very interesting thing. I found it is the inventory management. In Bengal store, the main complaint was most of the time you go with a prescription with 4 medicines, they will be able to give 3 and another they will not be able to give. They will say, please give me 2 days time, I will get it done. And what will happen? The person who has gone to buy, they will say, no, 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 I will like to buy from the same store. Then they will go to the Delhi store. Delhi store will give all. I have studied that in Delhi store, almost all the time gave all the medicines. And in Salt Lake store, which was run by two young brothers, there also they will give all the medicines. So ultimately after the 6 months or 1 year, people stopped going to this Bengal store, because most of the time they will not get all the medicines. So instead of going there and then returning, going again to another store, they will only go to Delhi store or to Salt Lake store. Bengal store was starving for customer, and after 2 years it closed the shop, making quite good loss about it. After 2.5 years, the Delhi store was also closed, though all the customers told me whenever we had gone, we got all the medicines. It was very interesting to me why it had happened. In Salt Lake store also, the people were very happy. Whenever they have gone, they got all the medicines. Then after 2.5 years, when Delhi store was also closed, I was really astonished that they have such a good customer base and such a good reputation. Even then it was closed. Then after studying and talking to their owners, talking to their auditor, I did some inquiries and I found an interesting thing. In Bengal store, inventory management was bad, in the sense that he will invest minimum in keeping store. So most of the time some medicines will not be there. Then once he gets the order, he will get the medicine, and the fellow will go away with the prescription, and he will buy the medicine, but the fellow will not come back because he has gone to any other 2 stores and got it. And after some time people stopped going to his shop, so his shop was not making any profit. It was closed down. Delhi store, which has a very good customer base and highly satisfied customers, they also closed, and I found that they kept huge quantity of inventory. They had all the medicines. If one packet is required, they have kept 10 packets. Now keeping this inventory means they have to engage bank loan, big loan liability. Now they have to pay interest, huge interest, and the interest liability was much more than the profit they make. It is good, they have done very good service to the people, but they were making loss because their overhead was too much overhead, and out of that overhead, main portion was the bank interest. That is, their cost of capital was very high. Then I studied Salt Lake Medical Store. It was run by 2 young brothers, and I found out from them they believe in just in time. That means if paracetamol 1 packet is being sold, they will keep maximum 2 packets, that's all. And one brother will manage the store and another brother is on motorcycle, he will make 2-3 trips to the wholesale market of medicine and they will get it. As soon as say paracetamol one packet is sold, he will go and buy another packet, so they have always have 2 packets. Their management was just in time of the inventory required. They will run the store with satisfied customers, but their bank liability was very small because interest burden was very small. Now, this is a story. In the fact, this is the fact. I have only changed the names, but otherwise all other things are true. Now, this is universal truth. If your inventory management is not optimum, if you keep a maximum inventory, you take huge bank loan and pay interest. If you keep low in inventory, your production suffers because at the time of requirement you don't get the parts or the machines. So, you must ensure that you have a good supply base, efficient supply base, and they can supply as soon as you ask them. They don't say that I will manufacture and do supply. Don't do that. Be a heartless person. Don't be sympathetic to the supplier. You have, for one portion, you have 3, 4, 5 suppliers for one particular part or equipment. So, you always have just in time. You supply just in time. So, you have the optimum inventory. That is, your inventory is just whatever is required, it is available. It is not huge inventory that it is aging in your storehouse. So, that will reduce your bank loan on that is the cost of capital will be less, and your space requirement for the inventory that is for keeping, that will also reduce. Now, you know, these godowns and all who keeps this inventory, they are very costly. They are very, very costly. Don't think that there is tin godown, what is there? No, it is costly. So, as a operations manager, you must be very, very wise in managing your inventory. Today, I will try to go into further details of inventory management and control. Okay? Be attentive. Now, we will discuss about the inventory management. This is a very important part of operations management. Amazon.com. Amazon.com started as a virtual retailer. No inventory, no warehouse, no overhead, just computers taking order to be filled by others. Growth has forced Amazon.com to become a world leader in warehousing and inventory management. Here I would like to tell you that I am not advertising Amazon.com. I am only telling it as an example that what a company can do with good operations management. They started as a virtual retailer with no inventory, no warehouse, no overhead, just computer taking order and giving it to Mr. XYZ. So, you fix up some suppliers and as soon as you get the order in your name, you just give it to him. Suppose you want to sell to shoes, you give it to Bata, and you make arrangement with the butter that they will pack it in the Amazon box. If they want to buy shirts, you go to that particular shop and tell that all the shirts that size, particular size, color, etc. they will display, and they, whatever order they get, then they will say that you send it. And so customer will think that I have got it from Amazon, but ultimately they have no godown, no inventory, no warehouse, no overhead, just computer taking order to be filled by others. This is what is doing nowadays. It has become very prevalent. Many people doing from their home. I know in Delhi many ladies are selling sarees and jewelries, artificial jewelries, etc. Through the this online. So online has come in a big way, and Amazon has shown the way. So I have given the example of Amazon only as an example only. Each order is assigned by the computer to the closest distribution center that has the products. A flow may stir at each distribution center, assign the work crews. Light indicate the products that are to be picked, and the light is reset. Items are placed in crates on a conveyor. Barcode scanner scan each item 15 times to virtually eliminate error. Crates arrive at a central point where items are boxed and labeled with the new barcode. Gift wrapping is done by hand at 30 packages per hour. Completed boxes are packed, taped, weighted, labeled before leaving the warehouse in a truck. Order arrives at customers within a week. Inventory, one of the most expensive asset of many companies, represent as much as 50% of the total invested capital. Operations manager must balance inventory investment and customer service. To decouple or separate various parts of the production process, to decouple the farms from the fluctuations in demand and provide a stock of goods that will provide a selection for customers, to take advantage of quantity discount, to hedge against inflation. Types of inventory: raw material, purchased but not processed. Work in process, undergone some of changes but not completed. A function of cycle time for a product. Maintenance, repair and operations, it is called MRO, that is maintenance, repair and operating. Necessary to keep machinery and process productive. Finished good, completed the product awaiting for shipment. Material flow cycle, cycle time, that is, you can say 95% is for input, wait for inspection, wait for movement, move time, wait in queue for operations, set up, run time, and the 5% is for setup time and run time, then goes to the output. Again, inventory management, how inventory items can be classified, how accurate inventory records can be maintained are very, very important things. Cycle counting, items are counted and records updated on a periodic basis, often used with ABC analysis to determine the cycle. You know what is ABC analysis? ABC analysis means A is the most important thing, important items, B is little less important, C is very low quality importance. For example, if you are cooking rice, A may be having the rice, B may be having the water, C may be having the your time available for cooking the rice. That is often used ABC analysis to determine the cycle. As a matter of fact, in life, everything you should do ABC analysis, whether how much important is the thing to you. If it is A, that is very important, B is little less important, C is far less important. For example, if you have an interview with your boss, that is A. You meet a friend, so you tell him that I am running to meet my boss, I'll talk to you later, that is B. And C is a roadside, some ferrywala comes to you and say that I want to sell something. So you say that no, I am running. So you run. This is what is called ABC analysis. In life, you should do this ABC analysis everywhere, and especially in this supply chain management, ABC analysis plays a very, very important role as a operations manager. You should take care of that. It has got several advantages. Eliminates shutdown and interruptions. Eliminates annual inventory adjustment. Trained personnel audit inventory accuracy. Allows causes of error to be identified and corrected. Maintains accuracy in inventory records. Control of service inventory can be a critical component of profitability. Losses may come from shrinkage or pilferage. Applicable technique include good personnel selection, training and discipline, tight control on incoming shipment, effective control on all goods leaving the facility. Independent versus dependent demand. This is important. Independent demand means the demand for the item is independent of the demand for any other item in the inventory. Dependent demand means the demand for item is dependent upon the demand for some other item in the inventory. Holding, ordering and setup cost. Holding cost means the cost of holding or carrying inventory over a time. See, if you carry inventory, you take money from the bank charges interest. So if a material you keep in the inventory for 1 year and in the bank interest in 10%, and you spend 1 lakh of rupees for the material, by after 1 year its value has become 1,10,000. But you cannot charge the customer this 10,000 rupees extra. So you will be losing the money. That is why holding cost is a very galling and important cost. One should try to avoid it, but sometimes one cannot avoid that. Then ordering cost of placing an order and receiving the good. Setup cost, it means cost to prepare a machine or process for manufacturing an order. Fixed period system means inventory is only counted at each review period, may be scheduled at convenient time, appropriate in routine solutions, may result in stock out between periods may require increased safety stock